Tom Lee has been saying a lot of stuff this week, and the big thing is we're about to have a very bullish rest of July, and I think that should make everyone very excited, but I want you guys to hear what he had to say.
In the first quarter, earnings came in way better than expected, and so the market's PE is actually lower now than it was in January by 1 point, one full turn. And I think second quarter earnings are going to surprise to the upside again, so the market's going to get cheaper again. And that means there's room for PE to expand. So I think July is going to be a stronger month for stocks.
Now, the big thing driving his thesis is he expects strong earnings surprises to the upside, which will open the door to a flood of new investments. Now, if you guys recall, last quarter we had a blockbuster earnings report and everyone was getting hyped. And even though we were at war with Iran and facing higher inflation costs, especially with oil coming down fast, I think the market has a good shot of breaking out of this sideways trend that we have been seeing, right? Good earnings, despite all bad news, wars and stuff, we still find a way to go up because the market kind of shakes it all off nowadays, which is absolutely insane. But here's where I might start to disagree with Tom just a little bit, because this is what his target is for the end of the year with the SPY.
8,000 is doable this year.
Yes.
On the S&P.
Yeah, and because 8,000 would be roughly 20 times 2027 earnings of 400. I think that's a low estimate. I think the PE multiple could be 22 or better. So that would be, even 84, 800 kind of would be the upside into year end. But I do think between now and year end, there should be, something that might feel like a bear market too. Not in July, but maybe, between August and October.
Now, let me know if you guys agree with this target. Like I said before, I have a little bit of a disagreement with him on that one, but the one thing I do agree with him about is we are going to need another drop. There's a lot of people that have been missing out on this rally so far. A lot of people have been buying the safe names and they really haven't been doing so much. So when those larger players start to sell off, we start to have a little bit of a drop, maybe 10, 15%. I do think you're going to see a lot of retail jump in to try to make their money during the next rally. That'll probably come not in July because that's already kind of started to happen a little bit here, but more towards September, October, November, a little bit towards the end of Q3, maybe the start of Q4, right? Now, in this next clip, Tom is talking about the Federal Reserve, and I do think this is the largest wild card that we have to worry about here. But like I said before, let's listen to what Tom has to say, because I actually think he makes a valid point, and I'm very curious about how the market is going to react to this new Fed.
In later this year, we have a few things that will test the market. One is the market is going to test the new Fed. Because he is a new framework and a new way to look at inflation. And we know that there's going to be a gradual unlock of the SpaceX shares, and that's a headwind. And I do think, there is going to be a cumulative shortage of petroleum products, so that's a headwind. And I think margin debt's kind of high. So I think four things that could.
So you guys heard Tom's opinion, and personally, I think the Fed is going to hold strong and not raise rates unless there is some type of political revolt within the Fed, because I know the Fed is very, very politicized nowadays. But like I said before, oil prices are coming down, and while inflation is higher over the last few months, I don't really see a reason for the Fed to step in and try to fix something like that when the economy is so K-shaped right now. It could honestly do a lot more harm than good. We remember how the Fed botched the whole situation back in 2022. I'd say for right now, unless things start to get a little bit more out of control, they do not need to raise rates, because the job market is crazy right now. The markets are just crazy right now, not just the stock market and stuff like that, but the rest of the world is just not in a very good spot. And if they start making prices even more expensive or making it harder for people to put money on their credit cards, that could be the thing that really tips us over into a recession. Not a bad recession, not a crazy recession, but enough where people are going to suffer to try to fix up that inflation, which probably won't get fixed up for quite a bit of time here. I think they've been trying to fix it for the last 6-7 years. It's been a minute. Now, about my personal positions here, I've been buying these things up for the past couple weeks, hoping to see a larger move, and most of the stuff I've been buying, with a few exceptions, has been fairly stagnant. Everything is consolidating right now because there are a few people taking profits. And what I find kind of interesting about all of this, you can see the money is entering in. You can see the old money is selling off and new money is preparing for a larger move, but we really haven't had that catalyst just yet to get things moving and popping off. And I think that's where we kind of do a full circle here, and we start to see, oh yeah, that we do have earnings coming up here pretty soon. So really, I think a lot of the moves that we're going to be looking at are going to be in the last week itself, maybe sometime next week a little bit as well. of July. I think that's when things really start to get a little bit more hyped up for us, because so far this month has been very boring. But let me know what you guys think here. If you guys have a stock you guys want me to check out, please let me know. This month has been kind of boring so far, and that's okay, because this is typically where a lot of people make the money. They buy, they wait, then all of a sudden, poof, you buy before the breakout. You're very happy. As long as you guys understand you want to be doing those larger trends that keep on going up over time. If we have to buy during a little dip of that trend, I'm just saving some money. You just have to have a little bit of patience, which is not something I usually have, but for making money, I will.